To talk about Paul Ryan. I'm going to play a quick clip for you. He was asked about tax reform yesterday. Listen to what he said.
We will need more time to do tax reform. The House has a plan, but the Senate doesn't quite have one yet. They're working on one. The White House hasn't nailed it down. So even the three entities aren't on the same page yet.
See, now here's what I have a problem with this guy. It is a huge problem. What does he say? Read between the lines. Oh, the House, we have our items in order. Senate, not so much, and the president can't come together with things. So see, that is Paul Ryan's little sneaky, slimy, elite, swampy way of just kicking the president in the shins.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah.
And just trying to make himself look a hero. I think that's also his way of saying, oh yeah, you're going to tweet out telling people to watch Judge Janine when she's going to slam me?
Yeah.
Well, here's my little jab back at your head.
Well, it's Paul Ryan passing the buck, and the irony here is that the Senate's been confirming Trump's nominees left and right, despite much pushback from Democrats. Donald Trump's done everything in his power to make progress through executive orders. The only part of our government that really isn't living up to our expectations is the House, which Paul Ryan leads. And so he's passing the buck, but he's the one that's ultimately to blame. He's not sending any legislation to the Senate to consider. Oh,
and by the way, don't go and make sure that you stick around with us, because Harlan is going to be doing a Harlan on the Hill where he's going to rip the Senate and the House a new buttocks. But getting back to this for a second, and Harlan, how many times have I said this? People aren't going to get the tax cut they think that they're going to get. The whole thing about him saying that tax reform is going to be tougher than health reform. I told you this. That's why I didn't want this to be the #2 thing on the agenda. It would just chalk it up for another loss. You think Paul Ryan cares about President Trump having another loss?
No.
This is what he wants. You understand this, right? This is what Paul Ryan wants. The elite in the GOP do not want President Trump. They want him less than the Democrats want him.
Well, and they're playing with fire because Wall Street didn't react kindly to those words from Paul Ryan. You know, everything was down across the board yesterday. So, I mean, these things have consequences. He's able to move markets with his words at this point. It's dangerous.
Think about what you just said. Think about what you just said. Based on his words, the markets didn't like it. When you look at President Trump's accomplishments so far in his short period of time, we talk about it here all the time. One of the things he says all the time, one of the things that we say all the time is, look at the stock market. CEOs and businesses love the fact that Trump's in office and what he wants to do to make America great again. What does Paul Ryan do? With just a few simple words, he takes the kibosh to something that is working in Trump's favor. You don't make statements like that if you are in the president's corner. What you do is you say, you know what? The House and the Senate and President Trump are going to come together and we're going to get this done for the American people despite how hard this may be.
Enough excuses. Just get it done. Get it done. We don't want to hear about the minutia and why it's taken so long. You know, don't have these press conferences. Come back and talk to us when you have something to tell us. Not to tell us that you can't get it done.